Aqua here again, welcome back to Resonant Rise. We have updated to version, I think, 2.6.17.3. I'm stuck in the door for a change. The fuck? So, yeah, what I've been doing, I haven't really done a lot since last episode. I put some witches in there, I've run out of iron. I've been doing a little bit of digital mining with a digital miner. Now, a couple of things I want to show you. One is, I want to take them out. And then I want to take them out. Just to show you something. Now, what was I going to say? Yeah, I've got a little. I had to get some gold, and I had to get some iron. So I've just been doing in the config there. I've been let's just show you. I've been doing one thing at a time. So in there at the minute, I've just got iron ore, and I've got myself a few stacks of iron ore. I've got no power to run at the minute though. I'm still working on getting that reactor going. But there, look at that. I've just grabbed like 4 or 5 stacks. There'll be a stack in the slurry thing over there. So yeah, that's been going well. The wool barrel over here is full, by the way, just so you know that carried on working until loading. Look, we've got full barrel of wool, full barrel of cotton, and it's just sat there idle now until someone takes any, which works very nice. I'm quite happy with how that's turned out. I should add another barrel and put string there. I think I'll get on with that later. Yeah, so still got my power issues. Currently, I don't know if we've updated mechanism or thermal expansion, but I'm scared of putting energy conduits under them still. I think I'm going to make some of the universal cable that they are quite expensive, which is why I wanted a lot of iron. It's going to take a lot of iron, a lot of redstone. Anyway, what I was showing you with this is last time I put loads of these in, and the power use went up massively. I should have been looking at this. Just to show you, if we put these speed upgrades in, you see each one of them that goes in increases the power requirement quite impressively. So this is per operation. So as you can see there, with them 8 I put in, she was in a massive 8,000 RF per operation, which is a lot. Set them back out. Now, that's from 80, so it's like 100 times as much. Now, if we put these energy upgrades in, watch what happens. This does the opposite. These bring it down. So we'll come all the way down. So if you just want to do it really power efficiently and don't care about how fast you're getting stuff in, you can use a stack of them and run at 8 RF a tick, which is very nice. Now, of course, what you eventually want in is both. And I believe that ends up at 800. So it's 10 times more than standard, but 10 times less than just using power. So just be aware of that when you're upgrading these. There we go, yeah, look, 800. So that's not too bad. That's what's that, 80 MJ per is it per operation? It says per tick, doesn't it? I don't know how many operations you get per tick. Anyway, that's how you want to be using them. You want to make sure that, if you remember a couple of episodes back, I put some in and it just drained the power so quick because I only put the speed ones in. You need to put energy ones in as well. That's the other reason why I wanted a lot of gold. Right, what I'm going to do is, I've been working on getting that mob farm going. I had to get ender pearls to get my big reactor up and going. But what Poppy's done is, Poppy's been doing loads of advanced stuff. And if we go to his base, we shall see something very cool. I'm going to go for the nether hub here. I'm going to go to Poppy's base. And if we have a look around here, now Poppy doesn't do videos, so I'm sure he don't mind me showing around his base. He's kind of made his base kind of random and scruffy on purpose. I like what he's doing with it. It's like all kind of random. I mean, just dragon eggs just sat there. Nice. As you can see, he's been to the end, which is where we're about to go. There's all kind of stuff going on here. Now, if we run down here, it's got a mob farm going on. He's got, here's a part of his blood altar. You can see his altar, even his altar's done purposely scruffily, which I like. But here, look at this. What we've got is he's grown using hardcore ender expansion. He's grown an end portal in his base, which is very cool. Which is something that I want to do at some point. But yeah, I like what he's done with this. I like it a lot. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the end. And the way the Hardcore Ender expansion works is something I've not done much with. In fact, I've done nothing with, if I'm being honest. It's very cool. There's a baby dragon. So he's been in and killed that. And then what you can do, with stuff you loot from the dragon, you can create something that resets the end. And then there's a harder version of the dragon. So you actually reset it in. You don't like reset it by changing the config or anything. There's an actual in-game way of resetting it, so that you. I'm not doing very well here, am I? You'll keep running away, falling off. Should get on a bit of land. There we go. I've got 3. So I need 64 ender pearls anyway. So they're all falling to the depths, aren't they? Let's find somewhere better to stand, where there's less holes in the floor. Go on, Enderman. Oh, look at that! There's all sorts of ender lilies in here as well, which is pretty cool. So then, I'll fight some of these guys. This obsidian armor is very strong. I don't seem to take any damage at all with it. It just takes durability damage, and it is getting quite damaged. But it makes me very strong. Right, I'm going to get 64 of these ender pearls. I'll meet you back. We'll fire up the big reactor. But yeah, just before I go, yeah, what you do, you kill the baby ender dragon. You make something. I don't actually know how it works. And something I need to look into myself one day. It's a very cool mod made by a guy called Charlex. And yeah, then you can reset it so it's harder and harder and harder. I'm not sure how many times you can reset it, but I know you can at least once. Right, I'll meet you back at the base. Here we are then. I got 64 ender pearls. I've already put 16 into buckets, and there's another 16 getting processed at the minute. Well, I can start filling this guy up now, which is the reason why I want him, of course. So I want to fill up every gap around here. I'm sure if you watched any of my other series, you've seen me do this before, so I'm not going to dwell too long on this. I'll do most of this off camera. But once this is done, we can get the 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. We can get this guy up and running, and we can get a massive amount of power, which is very nice. Now these put out a lot of power in the Resident Mars pack because they have to compete with Atomic Science. Atomic Science fusion reactors put out that much power that you kind of have to buff up other power things, or there's no reason to use anything other than Atomic Science. Now I might make an Atomic Science reactor at some point to run the. I might make a dedicated one to run the Serverward Enhanced Portal Network once I get one of that. Because I'm going to have like 5 times ores coming in. I'm going to put a bit of effort into making some community stuff, like an enhanced portal network and stuff like that. So that should be pretty cool. And yeah, that'll need its own power source. And I don't really want to run it off my own power in case my own power runs out. So I shall probably make a Atomic Science reactor just for that. And I'll make a little place for it near spawn, I reckon. Anyway, let's carry on then. So I need to be cracking on with this. The other reason why I wanted to go and kill some Endermen was I wanted to fill my wand up, and that gets you aspects. Enderman seems to give quite a lot of good aspects, so my wand got filled up. I've just made something from Thaumcraft, and what's it called again? Can't remember. I'll go have a look at it in a minute. We're going to be doing some Thaumcraft in this episode. I want to start working towards getting infusion going, because I want to work towards a blood wand from Forbidden Magic, for one thing certainly. There's certain other things I want as well. I want a decent wand with a warding focus on it, so I can make warded stone. Now warded stone is different from, if anyone knows it from Thaumcraft 3, it used to be that you'd actually craft warded stone. Now you can make a warding focus, and you can make any block warded so people can't break it. Very cool. It can also, I believe, seems to be able to trap withers. But I have had a little test of that, and the two tests I did in a single player, the wither escaped both times. So I'm not 100% sure of that. I might have to double or even triple up the walls anyway. So that is something to bear in mind. This is coming along nicely. Something else I want to do is something I saw on a DocM video. It's an item from Ars Magica. And it is something I've never used before. That guy, the Reconstructor. It uses essence to repair things. First I'm going to repair is my armour here. And you can repair the enchanted plates from the Bibliocraft books. That's what Doc M was using it for, which is a very cool idea, I think. Because then you can just have a plate with each enchant on it, and you can just keep repairing it and getting the books as you need, which is very cool. And it's also going to be useful for repairing other stuff. I have done a little bit more research. I'm going to do a bit of research on camera. I will show you the prison, even though we haven't finished it, and I'm probably not going to get onto the thingy part of it today, the MFR part with the auto spawner and the grinder. Now, Forbidden Magic actually has spawners, which I do want to use as well, because I do like MFR, but I do overuse it, and I am aware that I overuse it. I try and mix things up as often as I can. But there we go. So yeah, I am aware that there is a bit of overuse going on with that. Have I miscounted here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. No, that's right. Okay. So I'll get this finished anyway. All I'm going to do once I've got this finished is put my energy cells straight onto there and put my one out of the burner, so I've got some power, and work towards making power cables. I'll meet you back. I'll probably meet you back up there. The rest of this episode's probably going to be more magic-y than techy, but we'll see. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so I've got to show you this. Holy poof, this puts out a lot of power. Things seem to have changed a little bit. So in here, we've got a different screen than the one I've seen before. We've got our core fuel status, casing heat, core heat, interesting. Energy buffer. So things have changed a bit. There's two types of heat for a start. Now, this is possibly not the most efficient reactor anymore, just because of that. But check this out when we turn it on. Now, look how much power that's got in it. If we turn this on, we are rocking it up to 32.5, I think it evened out at. 32.2 kilo RF per tick. Look how quick that's going up. That's crazy fast. Crazy fast. I'm going to stop that because that's just going to fill up on the residual heat there. But, whew, cool. So, I'm not sure if these can blow up now. I'm not sure if this is the best design, but it's certainly rocking my power because that's just filled that up so quick. Right, I'm going to put this in here. I'm not going to turn it back on yet. I'm going to go head up. Let's turn that off. I'm going to go head up to the tower. But first of all, I'll just quickly show you what I've done in here. I've not done much at all really. I've just stuck some witches in there. These are all fine. Now, the one I put in the other day when I was lagging, I came back, it was dead. So I wasn't sure if this was going to work, but let's see how much. We're down at 936. Turn it on. I've just got a lever there on the master switch, and as you can see, these guys are taking damage and nicely regenerating themselves. And you'll also see that that is going up. Yeah, it's going up alright. Going up alright. We've got a couple more when I get some more iron to put in there, but these are all. This is going to work fine, I think. Now, what I do need to do, I need to play around with comparators. With a comparator, you can, I think, see when the orb's full in a blood altar. So I should be able to set this up so it turns itself off, on and off when it needs to. Joseph, one of my subscribers, told me that the NPC was going to die. I wish he had told me because it would have been quite funny. I was going to put a villager in here, but of course the ritual, the Well of Suffering will get the villager as well and kill him. So that's not an option anymore, so I can't have a villager in there, which is a bit of a shame. But it's a shame he told me. I didn't realise I would have put a villager in there and killed him. What I'm going to do is at some point I'm going to see if I can get these witches named with name tags. I have got a load of name tags from the bait traps. The fish bait traps, whatever they're called, have been taken out, by the way. Their Veletician took them out because they had a conflicting recipe with a mariculture item. Oops, that's not what I want to do. What are we doing? Turn that off. Turn flight on. So let's head up here. Now, the one Thaumcraft thing I've made since you last saw me is something I did research last episode, and oops, it's this guy, deconstruction table. Very straightforward actually. It's just a table, a gold axe, a gold pick, and a thermometer on top, and it gets you this. What you can do, you can put things in there that you don't need. Like I generally chuck arrows in there, and each time you come back to it and there's a little picture in there, which will happen sooner or later, you get a primal aspect, which is pretty cool. So it just adds to your primal aspects in your table. Now these, they don't generate like they used to. You kind of get a hard cap at around 50. As you can see, I've got no auto in there, I've only got one. All these little symbols mean that they will all regen naturally. So just about everything I've got regens naturally. Look, Vacuous doesn't. I maybe need a chest nearby. Nearly everything regens naturally. But there we go. Each time you come back to that, so there's an aqua in there now. So if I right click on that, I've just added an aqua. See it floating off. I've added an aqua to this. So it's a nice way of keeping just some primal stuff in there. Everything else, of course, can be made from the primal. And I think I showed this last episode, but it's really nice. If you want to make a Vacuous, for example, it's made from air and Pedito. Because I've already got them, if I press shift and left click, it just makes me one. It uses an air and a Pedito up. So you can just click stuff really quick. Now, research. What have I researched? I did research this. It sounds quite interesting. Thermic cake. It's a cake that if you leave a slice of it, it'll regen itself, which is pretty cool. I fancy. I want to make some of that once I get infusion up. It's pretty straightforward. Get a bit of thermic cake scattered around here and there. The research. Another subscriber called John sent me a very cool link. I'm going to put it in the chat, but I'll also, of course, put it in the video description. But there it is in the chat. So it's ythri.github.io/TC research. Someone has put a very nice little thing together where you can put in, if you're doing research, have you got anything in there? No, let's pick something. I'm curious to what this raft cage is, so let's research it. Now I don't want to do too much of this on camera. I will probably do a lot of this on camera in my beginners series, my beginners guide. So if you want to watch quite a bit of this, I'm going to do an episode where I do a lot in that. Someone asked me also if it's the same pattern each time. It seems to be. I've not 100% checked, but the patterns seem to be the same each time. So if you do a pattern and then take a screenshot of it, you'll know what to do next time. But what I can do is, with this website that I've got here, so I want to go from Aira to Machina. So on this little web page I'm on, I've just linked in the chat. First of all, I click in Aira, and then I click in Machina underneath it. And now I count how many things there is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So minimum steps is 7. And it'll show me the connection, so it's telling me basically what to put in. So it's saying I want Tellum, then I want Instrumentum. So it takes the fun out of it, I guess, but it also, if you've got a lot to do, it takes a little time out of it as well. Now, of course, this is actually quite straightforward even without this, so it's not a massive pain doing it. But if you've got a lot to do, I've got like 4 servers where, well no, on Utopia I've actually got all the research done, so I've got research on 3 servers. So there we go, it just gave me the right path to get from there to there quite quickly. So then I want to go from Tellum to Beastia, so I'll put them in. Beastia in that one, Tellum in that one. You'll see if you look at the same website what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that needs 6 minimum steps. Click find connection again. That's going to tell me that I want Motus, Permutatio, Aqua, Venenum. See, Venenum is not something that I would have naturally gone for. So it's cool that it gives you ones that I generally use the same ones if I'm doing it manually. Then Mortis. Have we got any Mortis? Hey, there it is. And finally, Pedito. There we go. We have got Raft Cage discovered. So let's eat that and have a look at what it's about. So have a look in the book here. Raft Cage. Sometimes it's not enough to just kill something. Sure, slaying a single monster may be rather cathartic, but imagine just mowing down a crowd of the obnoxious little jakes. To that end, you've discovered a way to recreate the monster spawners found in ancient ruins. Unlike the original monster spawners, the raft cage responds to redstone controls instead of the presence of human beings and can run much faster than the ancient devices. That sounds very cool. So, 1, it's redstone controlled, 2, it's quicker, and 3, it doesn't need players nearby by the sound of it. So this is certainly something worth looking into. It sounds like the old version of Soul Cages, to be honest, which is very cool. However, you haven't been able to duplicate the original method of infinite creation. For every creature spawned, the raft cage requires a bit of Essentia piped into its internal reserves. The device will accept different types of Essentia depending on the creature it is attuned to. Alternatively, piping in Ira into the cage can serve as a fuel. The cage can also accept Decidia for some reason. Right-clicking the raft cage with a Diabolus fork will cycle the cage between the different fuel types. Nice. Right clicking over an imprinted crystal, slaying a compatible creature with a Diabolus fork while carrying a blank imprinted crystal. Cool. Okay, so blank imprinted crystal is Cognito and Potentia and a diamond in the crucible. Very cool. And the Diabolist fork, Diabolists, looks like the thing the devil carries. Pretty cool. So I use a Thaumium sword for that. Okay, very nice. So it looks like you get that research for free as well. So that's pretty cool stuff. I'm certainly going to do that, 'cause I'm going to use MFR, but just for the sake of doing something different than using MFR all the time, I'm going to look into that as well for the auto spawning of things. I'll probably still use an MFR grinder, although there is ways to kill stuff. I'm kind of interested in making a piranha farm from mariculture to use for killing mobs. It sounds fun to me, that. Anyway, that would get rid of a lot of the need of mob essence, of course, not using MFR. So I will be using MFR for now. That's something I want to get to in the future. What I want to do now is I want to put infusion together. So I'm going to have to grab some bits from down in the base. Unfortunately, I've not got the thing turned on down there, have I? Oh, I have. Sweet. I've left it turned on. That's good to know. So I can get all the bits I need. First thing I'm going to want is I'm going to want some arcane stone. So if I bang them in there, get my wand out. Now my wand's not very good. I want to work towards getting a better wand. I'm going to have to make a gold capped great wood wand, then make a thaumium capped silver wood wand before I think I can make the blood wand. The blood wand, which I don't think we've researched it anyway. The blood wand needs quite a high level of stuff to actually make it in the first place, if you know what I mean. Right, what was I doing? Making a lot of them. There we go. And so infusion, I need 4 shards and a pearl. That's just more of them, and that's just more of them. So, oops, that's there as well. Okay, so four of these ones. And then I'm going to need a good few of these. My memory's so bad. I need 4 for that. I need 4 for there. And the rest can be them. So I need 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can make quite a few of these. And we're out of V anyway. Ah, shame. So I'm going to have to go kill some stuff for V. And I'll get all this other stuff ready. What I can do though is put some of these bits in. So what we want, this is going to be there, there, there and there. We are going to have to take the redstone control off the Master Ritual Stone there, which is a bit unfortunate, because I don't want that turned on all the time. But go 4 of them like that, there, 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 and there. I might have to make a transvector interface for the redstone for this. So the minute I take that off, I'm going to start losing health, even though I don't really need to, because we've got the witches downstairs. I haven't got a blood orb in there, so that is a bit of a design error on my part. We shall have to sort that out. But there we go. Oops. What happened? On there with you. There we go. So I need the middle bit, but we're going to need more essence for that. Let's have a look. See what essences we need. Aspects even. we need 40 order. So in fact, I need to make a wand before I can even do this, because my wand's only got 25 capability. So it looks like before we do this, I'm making a wand anyway. I'll go get the bits ready to make a wand. Right then, I've got a few things done. I made myself some Thaumaturge's robes because they make things a little bit cheaper. I think I've got everything I need here. So pretty much, these are really simple. These are just, I'll show you in here. Artifice, the enchanted fabric you can research for free. It's just wool and string, and it's got a very low cost for making each one. But I did have to fill the wand up to just get them full. So I needed 8 for the chest, 7 for the legs, 4 for the boots, and of course I've actually got a 10% V discount on my helmet, which is twice as much as goggles revealing or helmet revealing. You can actually get a double discount off the sanguine helmet. So when I'm doing a little bit of Thaumaturge now, I can switch to that. I'll make an armor stand very shortly and put it there for this, but I've been a little bit tight on iron. Now, what I also quickly researched was into Thalmic Tinkering. I quickly researched the Transvector interface, quite cheap. We also need this guy to go with it. Yeah, which I've just got the bits for. So we can throw them in there. Swine, stick, shard, gets me the binder. Now what I should be able to do is, I should be able to pull that off. I'm going to have to do a little bit of jumping up and down here. Now where exactly do I want this to go? I think I'll have it hidden just there. So quite easy to make. 4 stone, a shard. Was it? I'll look again upstairs. A couple of lapis, couple of redstone. Quite straightforward. What I need to do with it is I need to right-click the binder. Then I need to come back upstairs and right-click the block I want it to bind to. So I right-click the Master Blood Orb, Master Ritual Stone even. Binding complete. Cool. So now, if this works, because this doesn't seem to work for everything, you're not guaranteed it's going to work for everything, but if this does work, what I should be able to do is put a switch. What I've actually done is I've facaded it with a switch. It's not what I wanted to do at all. It's looking like it's not letting me put a switch on that, is it? Will that pass redstone through the block? No. Well, that's not what I wanted to do at all. What I've done there is I've actually facaded it. There we go, look. You can facade that just by clicking it with any block. What I want on there is, of course, a switch, but it doesn't seem to want to go on it directly, which is a bit unfortunate. There's no shift clicking and working. I wonder if a lever will go on. Well, if things are sent to testers, aren't they? Don't think I've got any redstone, red alloy wire or anything in my bag. Got a lever. Let me try a standard lever, see if that makes any difference. No. Okay, well, that is unfortunate. I should turn my regen on, shouldn't it? Yeah. What? I'm so confused. Now I've got regen on. Okay, well, I'm going to have to move that somewhere else then, where I can actually get a lever, a signal next to it. Ah, it's a bit of a pain. It's a bit of a pain. I'll come back to that. I need some life points into my network anyway, so I'll leave that turned on. So no worries, no worries. Right, what we can do now then is commit the good stuff. I need 4 of them and an ender pearl and 4 of any shard. I've got the most air shards at the minute. Now a little crappy one there with 25's run out. I made a gold one. These are very straightforward. All a gold one takes is in the Thaumaturge tab. Great wood 1 core is just 2 great wood logs and 3 Pedito, very easy. And the gold caps are just gold nuggets in your arcane workbench with a little bit of aspect, and then you just put them together in the arcane workbench. Get your gold banded great wood one, which has got a 50 cap, and then I went back into the end and killed some endermen, which is why my armour is so damaged. Now I've got a one that's got a cap of 50. Now this, as you can see, needs 40, but because I've got all this stuff on, we actually reduced it by a further 2, so it's going to cost me 38 for this Runic Matrix. Thank you very much, Runic Matrix, and let's try that again. Me being retarded with it, there we go. And I'm going to make the rest into these arcane pedestals. Cool. So I want one arcane pedestal on there. Now, if I just click that on there, it'll just sit on top like that. I don't want it sat on top like that. I'll pull that off again. If I shift click it, it'll actually place it there. That's what we want it to do. And now we need any wand, I guess. So I guess that one will do. Right click with the wand, and it ain't working. Okay. Oh, in fact, then I guess it does need something to. I bet it needs more than I've got as well. Artifice, Infusion, Mystical Constructs. Where we go? Mystical Construct. Need 25 of each. Okay, so I need to go and get some more order because I ain't got enough. Okay, then went and filled my wand up. I actually died while I was off camera as well. If you watched Dave's latest episode, which you should, of course, episode 2 of his new series on this server, he pulled the lava out of that volcano. In fact, let's go see it. Screw it. So I thought, good guy, Akko. I'll put lava back on it so it looks nice. And what I didn't do was I didn't turn on my that thing, my fire resist. So when I flew up here, ooh, I landed on the top and I set myself on fire like that, and then I jumped off trying. Well, I didn't actually, fell down the hole and set myself on fire. Yeah, I jumped off. I tried changing the thing, but because of the amount of fire graphics I've got a bit of a panic and fell to my death when I was trying to switch from that, because you can't actually see the sigil very well through the fire graphic. Oh shit! I turned it off again. Anyway, so I made it look pretty again, Dave. No worries. What I've actually done is, if we jump up there, if I was to get a bucket out, just for fun, because volcanoes aren't cool enough as they are. If I got that, you will see that there's a ritual under there. I've got a Serenade of the Nether, blood magic ritual under there. So if Dave wants to come and get more lava, he can get some, and it'll replenish itself. Anyway, let's get back over here. So I went and filled up my wand. Whee! Splash. Now let's turn that off. And I'll store that bucket of lava in there, might as well. Bam. That's what it's for. Now, I've just found a little crash issue that I'm going to let Veletician know about later. If I try and use these just by jumping, my client's crashing. If I use the staff, the fan. But if I stand on it and jump, I ain't going to do it because I'll crash my client again. But they seem to be crashing, so I need to let Vela know about that. I'll let him know in IRC later. So what we're ready to go. I've got a fully filled up wand. So all I need to do now is click on that. Click on that. I've done that wrong. I can go there. I need a block. Come here, block. You'll do. Now, what you may have noticed last time, by the way, last part, was I said about we'll leave this ritual going, but I actually had my blood orb was not on there. It was down in the bottom. I brought my blood orb up and used a bit up here and filled my network back up. And then I thought, well, since I'm running this anyway, I've got nowhere to turn it off properly at the minute. Oh Christ, that's a bit low, isn't it? I've got nowhere to turn it off at the minute. Then I might as well put some stones through there, some slates. So I put a stack of stone in there. I'm making a stack of tier 2 slates, reinforced slates. Right, you go up there. There we go. Now, what else have I done? I've made these guys. Now, I actually have to manually do that because I've got no helmet on. So, I might as well use them. I think this works on here as well. Let's check. So that was meant to take 25. And it took 23.75. So I think the armor made a difference as well. Anyway, there we go. We've got a nice infusion altar now. It looks kind of funky with the ritual stones and the blood magic ritual underneath it. Cool. I'm not going to do any infusion today though. I just want to get it med. What I'm going to do now is I'll put my gear back on. Empty hand. Oh, that's not an empty hand. There we go. Shift click, and then that's not ideal, is it? So what I want to do now is I want to be able to mend this stuff. So I've got some items I'm going to need. Let's turn that off. And I want that guy so I can get upstairs. So what I've got is in here, we've got the bits I'm going to need. I need 5 small stone. 1, 2, 3. 5 small stone, thank you. A couple of purple dyes and a diamond. And I'm going to need a mana battery. I don't need a mana battery, I could run it straight off one of these. Off this one or this one. But what I've done is I pulled the mana battery from downstairs when I did the slipstream generator, down right at the bottom. I put a mana battery down there. I don't need it, so I thought I might as well bring that one up. So I brought that one up here. And now, I come back down here. Now this eventually is going to get moved right to the top of the tower. I'm going to put all the enchanting stuff right at the top of the tower. And this room's going to be all about Thaumcraft and nothing else. So this is going to go, all this is going to go. But I ain't made the top yet, so this is in here for now. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to make this thing, the Arcane Reconstructor. Wonderful. And for now, I am going to put it over here. I'm fairly confident I need a redstone block underneath this mana battery. But I might not do. I might be... I think it needs... Ooh. Oh yeah, it's pure, yeah. I think it needs that to work, the redstone signal. But this should work if I get a crystal wrench. It's going to be 1 second. I've got IRC flashing at me. There we go. So with my crystal wrench, if I right click on there, right click on there, that's getting powered out. Seems to be getting power from the other one, not this one, which is weird. It's getting power from this one now. Cool. So what I should be able to do with this is these items that are nearly wrecked, they go in there, and that should, as you can see there, it's filling up. Wonderful. So it's using mana. Oh, look at that, that's cool, isn't it? It's got the item inside it. Very nice. It's using mana to, it's using essence even to repair stuff, which is very nice. It's going to take a while, but that's all good because that's actually fine. Let's actually get out my bubble blower. Looks like a bubble blower. Someone saw us. I saw someone say that in a comment somewhere. So that it's got 98%, so it used 2%. It's using that as quick as it can by the look of it. So every time it looks like it's taking about 250 odd. Right then, so that's good. What I can do with this is what I saw Doc M do. When we make a plate on here, so what have I not got 5 of? I've only got 2 efficiencies. Okay, that's good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put efficiency on there, and I'm going to take a couple of stacks of these, get up to level 40. Don't know why I took them out of there. I might as well took them out of there, aren't I? Never mind. Let's eat these up to level 40. Shouldn't take me long. I will at some point, once I've got a few more essence bushes. Of course, that one's going to go into making mob essence. Once I've got a few more, I'll have some doing mob essence, and I'll have one just keeping a open blocks tank full of liquid XP, so I can get levels when I need them. So I've made a typesetting table there. Wonderful. I made a enchanted plate for efficiency 5. Now, if I put that in there, of course, I'll start getting efficiency 5 books. Let me put them back in there. There we go. So that's still working. It's just going at its own pace. It's going at the 10% pace with that. This is just turned off. So there's one book. Now there's 2 books. Instead of making a 3rd book, what you can do is you can set that off. You can put that in there. and you'll see very quickly, because this has got a very low durability, that'll repair itself to full. So you don't actually have to break it, you can repair it, and I can get 2 more bucks out of it now. It's a bit cheaty, I think, but I think it's worth showing. Now what I can do is I can put that in there. So we've got an efficiency 5 plate in there, and I can get efficiency 5 bucks from it whenever I need to. I don't know if I like it, to be honest. It's circumventing the fact that these are meant to be limited by using a different mod, but I think it's something that's worth putting in the video because it should be highlighted. Now, clearly, because Doc Evans put it in his video, a lot of people are going to know about it. So I think if it's going to get fixed, 1, 2, 3, 4. I should have only had 4 of them. Come here, you. Pull the ink off as well. I didn't want to pull the ink off. There we go. So I'll repair that again. Now I've got my 4. I've got my 4 up there. So I've got what I've got here. I've said before. I've got 4 of each book. I'm working towards 4 of each book. And I'll put the enchanted plates in there to get more. If I decide to use it, I maybe won't. It's the fact that I've got XP. I suppose it's only as cheaty as getting fast XP. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to leave the episode there with that very useful item. I'm going to repair my armour back to full. Can keep my sanguine helmet full and stuff. Oh, very cool. I hope it's entertaining, and yeah, I hope to see you next time. Right, what I need to do next time, just so you know, is I'm going to start upgrading my mechanism machines. Once I've got some gold and some iron processed, I made some of the basic cables. I nearly went, didn't I? I nearly went and I've come back. I made some of the basic cables. They don't carry much power. I've got 27 left there. I'm going to carry 200 RF a tick. But I used all the steel and redstone that I had. I'm going to start upgrading them to the better ones. I'm going to start upgrading machines with the energy upgrades and the speed upgrades. And in fact, I don't know if I need the speed upgrades because I think it's bottlenecked anyway by the slurry part. Anyway, that's next time. As always, thank you very much for watching. All comments are always appreciated. Any likes and subscriptions and anything like that, any complaints, everything is appreciated. Bring it on. I'd like to know what you feel about the series and stuff like that. And I'm just babbling now, so I'm going to say cheers. Bye.